What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back. It is just a little after 5 o'clock now, getting a little bit later of a start than we normally do for the Shadow Racing League. Ladies and gents, this is the second to last race in this very short season, and there's only about, good 38 points between the leader and second place. But tonight I got a little bit of a special guest. Y'all seen him in mostly the 18 truck over on the NNR Truck Series races. Occasionally the 19 anytime they get a chance to run special paint schemes. But NNR Cowboy, or formerly known as Cowboy Matt, sitting in a booth with me for this race over at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Cowboy, it's been a while since you've been in the booth, either, for calling a race or whatever. Welcome back, bud. How are you?
I'm doing good, Pete. Thanks for having me today.
Man, I'm glad glad you're here. I forgot last night when I asked you about broadcasting while we were running the NNR Fun Run over on iRacing at Daytona, about actually sending you an invite to the Discord. And I'm sitting there, I was like, man, where is he? Where's he at? And then I was like, oh, crap. Yeah, I guess an invite to the Discord would probably be needed. So got a hold of Alpha. He got the invite over. Here you are. We got between 10 and 15 guys about ready to set this place afire. Wondering who's going to be gambling. Low preset, high preset, somewhere in the middle. What's your preference when it comes to a mile-and-a-half place like Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
Well, depending on what series it is, the truck series, you're going to run a little higher preset. Cup cars, you're going to run a little lower preset. Mainly off the get-go, people on the higher preset are going to probably take off before, but use their tires up a little bit quicker, where the people on the lower preset, they're more conservative, and then they got a long-run car that they can set up, and just should be a great race.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race. In case you don't really know a whole lot about Shadows Racing League, it was a very, very short 9-week season. The original intention of all this was to get a pair of tickets to the Daytona 500 to the season points leader when it was all said and done. Of course, when that was announced, nobody's really thinking about the amount of stands that were going to be open to actual fans when the race comes to be. So Shadow may have to improvise a little bit, because Daytona made it known about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, that only season ticket holders, as well as immediate friends and family of the actual drivers and crew and whatnot, were going to be allowed in the stands. On top of that, maybe a little bit, but not much. So he's going to be working things out with the overall points leader at the end of the season, and find out exactly what they're going to do. But he's going to make it right one way or another to the overall winner. So it'll be Shadow, Unforgotten Shadow and his misses, Papa Bear and his misses, me and my misses, as well as whoever comes down with the total points. Right now, as of the last race, it looks like King Mathers is still on point by just about 32 points over TGM Beast. Beast is in the field tonight. I don't remember if I saw King Mathers or not, so this will be interesting. King Mathers, he might not have been in Discord, but he could be in a party just waiting to set this thing up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I came across another league where the season winner got a couple of tickets to a race. That's easily, what would you say, over $100. So not too shabby.
No, that's awesome. I'm congratulating him for putting this on. I mean, tickets aren't cheap, and especially Daytona 500. That's a race to get. That's a race in its own right there.
Yeah. And I think he said that if he couldn't get tickets to the 500, maybe try something for the summer for the Coke 400 or Pepsi 400, whatever it's going to be this year. But it looks like qualifying is over. They're all back in the lobby, getting the last-minute instructions from Papa Bear or from Alpha York or from J-Pa. Right now, Unforgotten Shadow, he's actually been, I believe he works for the power company in Florida, and he works for a team that does a bit of traveling. So he's been between Florida and Georgia and South Carolina. I think they're actually going to be sending him over to a state you kind of know a little, you're a little familiar with. Might be sending him over to Hawaii as well. So he's definitely getting a little bit of traveling.
Well, that'd be awesome. I'm not going to say nothing bad. Hawaii was a great trip that I took a few weeks ago. Dealing with the COVID stuff, travels are hard to do right now. So if he's doing that with work, that's very awesome.
Not bad for an all expenses paid work trip. It's a work trip that I'd love to take at some point, and who knows, maybe one day down the line. Where I work, Spectrum, they do have centers and services out in Hawaii. I believe the main center, the main hub for them is in Maui, if I'm not mistaken. So that wouldn't be too bad. But
no, that's a great place to go to.
Yeah. But back to talking about Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The place is it's very, very bumpy. I don't remember this place being so rough on some of the previous games, whether we're talking Heat 4, Heat 3, Heat 2, going all the way back. So the last time you were preparing your truck for Las Vegas, what kind of changes were you able to make as far as air pressure goes? Because I don't think wedge would really help y'all, but were you able to do anything with the tire pressures or anything to be able to combat the bumps of this place, especially getting into turn 1?
Well, you don't want to be too low on a preset because it could cause the tires to bottom out and then shoot you up into the wall. There is a bump in 1 and 2, but running the higher lane, there's less of a bump. So you're going to want to carry as much speed as you can to get the run off down the back straightaway off into 2 and into 3. And then you're going to run low in 3 and 4. So higher tire pressure is going to be good. You can kind of get it a little low. Getting it too low, though, will cause it to bottom out and shoot you up into the wall, like I said. So I think your left sides, you're probably going to equal them out on the tire pressure. May go up a little bit on the left front to help carry that front of the car over the bump. So.
All right, it looks like I just got an invite from Alpha York. I'm kind of glad that you mentioned the high side, because this place is kind of like Chicago in a way. You can carry some momentum off the high side and get some pretty good runs. Looks like they just paused it again for just a moment, so I'm gonna kind of hang out before I accept that invite and get in here. But it's a little like Chicagoland. I remember back in the day of making setups, the setup between Las Vegas and Chicago was kind of similar. But the turns, especially getting into 1 and 2, it's a little bit wider at Chicago, but a little bit more narrow when you're coming off the corner. So we'll have to see who's willing to gamble and try to use that high side. Over the last couple weeks, whether it's been here in NNR and Turn Down for What, or the All-Star race for American Ethanol, we've seen some pretty great stage finishes because of the momentum up on that high side.
Oh, it should be good. Can't wait to see what happens tonight or today.
Yeah, today and tonight when I believe we're gonna head on back over to North Wilkesboro and get some more practice in for your race tomorrow night. Let's see. I know I just got an invite, just waiting for this wheel of doom to stop so I can kind of get in here.
I think they still have it paused. I have his stream pulled up and it was paused. They're now going to the track.
Yeah, now going to the track, and this is taking their sweet time. I'm actually gonna there we go. Nope, that's those are old invites. God, I love this new system. Let me pop back down in there real quick and just remind them.
Do you need an invite, Pete?
Please. Do you
Coming
have
right
one?
now. Yeah, I'm already in.
Oh, yeah, please send me one.
Let's see.
Rock, good to see you, sir. How are ya? Experts of Racing saying he's ready to go. Good luck to the booth. Definitely appreciate it. Dark Spartan, buddy, thank you very much for the sub. Absolutely appreciate you, man. It's been a little bit, so we're gonna get in here. Total of 134 laps here, Cowboy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I believe they're running it under the lights, so that's gonna make it a little bit better. Maybe a little bit more grip, a little bit more racy. We'll have to see how it all pans out.
Well, as soon as you're getting in, Pete, just so you know, the 21, he is shot out to a lead coming out of turn 2 as they are going down the back straightaway.
Phenomenal times. I guess they didn't do they might have done the pace lap, but it just took me a second to get in here. But here we are. So as you see, the 13, he's got that Geico Camaro. That's Bossy Gio. That is last week's winner, and he has got a cluster behind him. You see the 2 up high. There's the 21, the 19, and others. Very, very big pack here, Cowboy, going down the backstretch into 3 and 4.
Oh, yes, they are. I'm actually riding with Yote. He looks to be riding in about 9th place behind a pack in front of him, and they are 2 wide, 3 wide throughout the turns.
Yeah, 2 wide, 3 wide. Now going, they're back double up again. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, all right there. And here they are, 3, almost 4 wide. Going into 1 and 2 again down this Nellis straightaway. I love the way that they've got this set up. You know, you see the carnival off the track, you see the tents, you see the stands. They've this place does a whole lot for everybody. And man, right behind them, look at this, 19 down low, 21 in the middle, and the 48 of Alpha York up high. A little bit of contact. Now back double file for at least another 3 rows behind the 13.
Exactly. They're carrying a lot of speed. I'm noticing, the leader, he's been running high in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it looks to be like he's carrying some momentum around the track, trying to keep the draft off of behind him. So
yeah, it's going to be the 2-car Holy Nugget. And Cowboy, this guy is fast every single week. He's not always up front, but he's always somewhere around the top 5. He usually has a little bit of a cheering party that joins the stream and roots him on every single week. Still, he hasn't been able to shake that Geico Camaro sitting in P number 3. And in that 21 right behind him, that's going to be, I believe that's going to be TGM Beast. I'm trying to get back right up there right now. Yep, that is Beast. Behind him, back double wide. So right now, your top 3 starting to scoot away just a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed too a few times, a few cars they've caught the wall in the turns, trying to run that very high line. And if you touch that wall, it just kills your momentum just a tad bit.
Yeah, it does kill the momentum by a little bit, and that's one difference between Heat 4, well actually between Heat 3 rather, and Heat 5. If you remember back to the days of Vegas and Kansas and whatnot, where if you used to tag that wall, it would completely grab you, steal every bit of momentum you had, and almost make you get off the gas, turn to the left, and get off the wall before you're able to get back up and going. Now it's just a little bit of a scrape, costs you a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of damage, but you're able to pull back away again.
Exactly. I'm riding with the ENEA Drink 91 and the 19. He's back in the pack, but looking back up in front of him, that 21 is all over the leader, and now they're 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, 2-car Holy Nugget scraped that outside wall just a little bit, got into the front right of that 13, killed every bit of momentum, and that brought the entire pack right back up to him. But still, as you can see, earlier you mentioned the 2 and the 13 were on the high side, carrying a whole lot of momentum around. Now you just saw the 13. He is bottom feeding everywhere possible and trying to maintain pace, maintain speed. This has got to kill that right front or that right rear just a little bit. 31 laps remaining here in stage 1, Cowboy.
Yes, sir. Pete, we just had the 19 tag the wall coming out of turn 4, and it shot him down the pit road, and he lost it. He's actually half a trap behind now.
Yep, looking back, looking at this whole field. Again, these guys are running on the normal draft setting. Nothing high, nothing too low, just right. Bama, good to see you. Saying hey to Rock NASCAR out there as well. Everybody out there in chat, Bama is the mom of NNR's favorite infantryman, old TN Balls. A little bit of contact right behind the leader. 48 got sent down low. Something happened with Holy Nugget. Now he's got the 78 of Expert Racing trying to dig underneath this discount tire Deuce. That absolutely separated the field by just a little bit and has allowed the 13 to get even a little bit more of a lead.
Well, Pete, I don't know what the their tire wear set on, but it looks like some of them may have pushed a little too much on their preset. I'm looking at a lot of loose cars coming off the turns now. We're 10 laps into 39 laps in stage 1.
Yeah, this does seem a little bit early. Absolutely, gotta agree with that. But maybe these guys were banking on a little bit of a quick caution to where they'd be able to make a quick trip down pit road, maybe loosen it up, tighten it up. If you start on a higher preset, as the right rear wears and the fuel starts to burn off, the car gets a little bit lighter, and you can start to get wicked loose to where when you're coming off the corner and you're still cranking that wheel to the left, you put so much wheel into it, the nose keeps on going, and yeah, you've got very, very little control. Next thing you know, you're pointing towards the inside wall instead of digging, pointing straight down the front or down the backstretch.
I'm looking at the leader. He's got probably a 6-car length lead, but there's a whole pack from second to 8th that's all on top of each other.
Yeah, second right now, that's going to be that double deuce, old JPA, hashtag JPA Militia. He's got the 2 of Holy Nugget right there, the 78 of Expert Racing. Everybody trying to track back down the 13 of Bossy Geo. And I tell you what, these 3 cars right here, the 22, the 2, the 78, and now the I think that was just the 21 of TGM Beast that took a little bit of an extra trip. Closer to the apron. You would imagine that top 3 would be able to run the guy back down in first place with a little bit of draft help.
Yes, with drafting. That was actually the 32 who went for the wild ride down on the inside. That would be NNR Drake.
Gotcha.
Beast is actually fallen back into about 10th place.
Earlier I mentioned I wasn't quite. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say earlier I didn't quite notice whether King Mathers was in the field or not. I actually just found the Craftsman 20 Toyota sitting a little bit further in the back, so he is here, and he's trying to work his way back through the field. Not quite sure if he was contacted or if he made it to qualifying or made it to the race late, so had to start in the back. We've seen some contact throughout. We'll have to see if by the end of the night, if they say the cream rises to the top, we'll see if he's going to be able to work his way on up, whether through pitch strategy or what. It's going to take him some time, though.
Oh yes, I was just looking at him whenever you were talking about him. He actually has a little bit of front end damage from something, so maybe he's banking on that start. But we have a pass for the lead, Pete.
Let's work our way back up there right now.
We now have J-Paw in the lead, followed by the 2 and the 13. I don't know if he got loose coming out too, but he went all the way down to under the white line on the back straightaway.
Yep, see him right there coming off turn 4, entering the tri-oval. Got a little squirrely and ended up, on the apron, very, very close to the grass. But yeah, J-Paw has been in this position for the last several weeks. I think it's very, very time, it's time to win one. You raced Parzival last year in the Truck Series, and he was always very, very consistent with his finishes. J-Pa has kind of done the same thing here in Shadows Racing League, in Turn Down for What, in NNR. He just hasn't quite been able to grab that W. He's given a few away over the last couple of weeks. Maybe J-Pa's night will end in victory lane, and he'll be able to grab a whole lot of points. Next time Alpha York comes on by the start stripe, I'll go ahead and grab us a lap count, see what we got left here in stage 1. I'm sure a lot of these people out here can't wait for that first adjustment.
We have 21 laps left in the stage, Pete, and I'm looking at Alpha York stream. I have it actually pulled up. These guys are gonna need to make a pit stop in the stage. They cannot go a whole fuel run.
There you go. Gist of my fist says Big Rick. I'm not sure if I missed Rick up there in the chat somewhere. Rick, if you're out there, buddy, thank you very much for coming out. Definitely appreciate it. I didn't see him, and as I scroll through the comments, I don't see him, but I am definitely not Rick James, although I've been called worse things in life, I tell you.
Pete, we got 3 cars on pit road. J-Paw ducked off to pit road. Looks like the 2 cars are going to pit this lap.
All right, so
they're starting to make adjustments. We're going to see what they got.
Yep, just saw the 2 car get a little squirrely under brake right now, riding along with that 48 Ally Camaro for Alpha York. By those guys going down pit road, he inherited P number 5. And with just about 18 to go, we're going to see this 48 on pit road. But with the 22, the 2, and others going down first, it's going to give them the opportunity to make their first adjustments, loosen it up, tighten it up, whatever they've got to do, and they should be able to make up quite a bit of time on those 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, Cowboy.
Yeah, yes, and with pitting with this, I think we're 18 laps, so it's about half the laps they've already ran. They could set their car up for a half run. Sometimes when you have less, say if your fuel run gets 30 and you've only got to run 15 to 18 laps, you can set the car up to be loose, not take a full can of fuel, to where you just have enough fuel to get to the end of the stage. That speeds up your your pit procedure a little bit. Also can give you a little more speed when these guys are pitting. But Pete, if it were me, I'd want to stay out longer, because you're always banking that everybody's pitted. Somebody's going to have a caution come out, and you could trap guys a lap down by doing that. Yeah. Or if you pit early, you're on that verge of, you're trapped a lap down. When you're raced, you're battling the whole time.
Absolutely, you want to be either the first guy 1 lap down to get the free pass, but I caught right back up riding along with the 22 of J-Pa. He pit 1 lap earlier than the 2 of Holy Nugget and absolutely extended his lead just a little bit. But there's still 4 people right now that have not come down pit road. I can tell you that at least 2 of them is a 21 of TGM Beast. Actually, he just signaled that he's going to be coming down pit road, as well as the 48 of Alpha York. Not quite sure who the other 2 are now in front of Alpha, but it's they're going to be coming down pretty soon. They'll have to.
It's the 32 and the 43 who are nose to tail. They're actually coming out of turn 2. The 43 is Jose 95, and then the 32 is NNR Drake.
There you go. So Drake, he made the race a little bit later. He had to start a little bit further back. So both of these guys really hoping to secure some great track position that, maybe somebody would make a mistake. 48 of Alpha York, he's bringing it on down pit road right now. So those 2, Jose 95 and NNR Drake, the last 2, I imagine that they're going to come on down pit road next time by, and they'll be the last to complete this round of green flag pit stops.
Spacing them out here, it's pit stop now, but wait till they make these adjustments and everybody's lined back in to at the end of the stage. They're all going to be able to get their full adjustments in.
Yeah, they absolutely should. Going down pit road, you only get, between 14 and 16 seconds. It's funny, Cowboy. Everybody wants a great, 14.2 second stop, but you can't get much done in that kind of time. Everybody loves those 40-second stops to be able to, make all the changes they need. Either build up or crank down on the tire pressures, depending on where we're at. A little bit of tape maybe, a whole lot of wedge one way or the other, depending on where you start on the preset. So varying adjustments depending on how the car feels to you.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I believe J. Paul's taking the lead back over again. I'm watching him come through turns 3 and 4, and it's, laps are winding down. I'd say we're under 13 laps here. I was looking at Alpha York. He's falling back to 13th after his pitting. So pitting later cost him, but banking on that caution, you never know when it can come out.
You're 100% right. Right now, the 43 was still being shown as the race leader. Again, it's going to be Jose 95. But as the 22 goes screaming on by, or went screaming on by, that did revert the lead back to J-Pa. So it's he's got last I saw, you had the 2 of Holy Nugget. Not too far off. I'd say, what would you say, maybe a 15 to 20 car gap, but nothing all that far. We'll have to see how they sort back out and how they figure back into all this. I'm just waiting. Okay, there we go. I was just waiting on Alpha York Stream to catch up. It looks like the 43 might have tried a little something, maybe just right side tires, brought it back out, because he actually ended up right there in P number 3, able to grab on to the 2 of Holy Nugget. He made up a whole lot of track position right there.
Oh yeah, doing that. I mean, that's staying out, hoping it can stay green. Also, Jose's a very good racer, and he was running about 9th when pit road started opening up, when J-Paw and them started taking down. Now J-Paw pitting first. He's on a little bit older tires, where Jose, he just came out with new tires. So we can see if, maybe within 10 laps, if he can run him down and pass him.
Yeah, if he only took 2 tires, just the right side tires, I don't think he's going to have the grip needed to get up there. But you know what? I've been wrong before. But absolutely, right now, very, very strong top 3. Holy Nugget's got his. I see Savage out there, Savage X1 rooting on Nugget. I still see Bam out there, still see Rock, as well as a few others. Dark Spartan, again, thank you very much for the sub. This is just stage 1, Cowboy. These guys are really spread out. We're about to rack and stack them back up here in just about 7 laps. J-Pa hanging strong, Nugget getting closer and closer. I don't see the 43 gaining too much time, but we might have a very good battle on our hands when they get to that start stripe again. Just 6 to go when they get to the line this time.
Pete, looking at Holy Nugget, he's actually been in the tire tracks of J-Paw, and he's starting to reel him back in. But like J-Paw was a little loose coming off turn 4 right there. It could be the tires giving up on him.
J-Pa, he came out he pitted 1 lap before Holy Nugget and was able to grab a whole lot of time. At what lap would you say that the tires really equalize, where it doesn't really matter on that 1 extra lap? Or do you think Nugget just has been able to dial his car in, coming across the line right there? That's going to be 5 laps to go. Does J-Pa have what it takes to be able to hold him back?
They probably equal out between laps 7 and 10 on the tires. Yes, the 1 car pitted before, but between 7 and 10, depending on how much you've been hammering into the turns getting in. If you've been, taking it easy, you've been able to save a little bit. But if you've been just, hauling off in there, you can actually burn those tires up.
Yeah, and I've seen J-Paw really on that bottom line most of it. Haven't really seen him up top trying to conserve anything, just allowing the momentum of the car and that high side work from him. He's been on the bottom, been really digging, and that might have been the difference between really being able to keep up the speed, keep up keep the tire off. I'm sorry, keep the wear off the tire, and maintain the faster times just a little bit longer. But now he's definitely got that spot. Now J-Paw might have a couple of laps to be able to just ride in his tire tracks, keep up with the draft, allow his tires to cool off a little bit, and we could be working towards another great stage finish. We'll have to see. These guys are nose to tail down the backstretch, coming about 3 to go.
Yes, J-Paw, watching J-Paw, he's moved up about half a groove behind the two. Also, with the drafting on older tires, it could throw your setup way off.
Yeah, it can absolutely throw off the setup, because if you've been happy with where your car's been up front in the clean air, doing everything that you needed to do, and then all of a sudden you're stuck behind somebody, you got a little bit of dirty air, two-car trying to break the draft a little bit, or he might have been pushing that deuce so hard that he's also worn the good off those sticker tires. Now he might be getting a little loose. We'll have to see if J-Paw looks like he's getting a little loose as well. Coming down to, let's see, as Alpha York crosses the line, I got to say there's going to be 1 to go. So there might be one hell of a battle here for the last lap. And yep, that's exactly what it is. These guys are battling for max stage points for stage number 2. J-Paw looks a little loose. I think with that little wiggle right there, it sealed the deal for the 2 of Nugget.
And looking back, we were talking about the 43. He may have took 2 tires, but he's battling Alpha York, who is in 4th. And that was the end of the stage right there.
Yep, so stage 1 in the books, going to be the 2 of Holy Nugget, 22 of J-Paw. As you said, Jose 95 in that 43 P3, Alpha York in 4th, and Boss Egeo, last week's winner from Phoenix, in P number 5. King Mathers in 6th, great rebound by him. TGM Beast in 7th, Slowin in the way in 8th, Yotes King in 9th, Papa Bear rounding out your top 10, NNR Drake, ENEA Drink, and I Race Clean joined Expert Racing to round out your top 15. So pretty good stage 1, caution free, not a whole lot of drama, but now everybody's got a big chance to go ahead and do what they need to do and get those bigger adjustments in.
I think we may have had a lag out with the 73. I see him on pit road.
Very possible. Not 100% sure. He actually just commented, finished 14th after a pit mistake, still on the lead lap. I'll have to see if I see him or not. Nope, I actually still see him. So that might be on your side. If you want to back out, I can send you another invite. But it looks like Expert Racing is still on the track. Oh no, that's actually the 78 is Expert Racing. 73, I'll have to.
The 73 is I Race Clean.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore. Yep, I think you're right.
Pete, we got a battle 3 wide halfway through the field.
Yep, riding along right now with the 48, our in-car camera for tonight. He's got the 43 Jose down low, 2-car Holy Nugget right in front, 22 of J-Paw. He's got that lead up against that wall, pulling the 48 closer and closer. But now the 2-car, he's going to have the preferred line digging down low, little loose. That's going to allow the 48 of Alpha York get a little bit of a momentum as well as draft off the high side. He's going to take sole possession of P number 2.
There's great racing all the way around.
Absolutely. We talked about King Mathers back in about P8, P9, P10 like that earlier. Right now he's sitting in about 6th or 7th, battling hard with the 13 of Bossy Geo underneath him. Still riding that high line momentum. He's going to be able to pull up right next to Holy Nugget for P number 4. We'll have to see how they battle that out. But King Mathers your overall points leader in this league right now, sitting right back inside the top 5. His chances of grabbing some race tickets get better and better every lap.
Well, I'm watching this Alpha York. He is all over J-Paw. He's entering higher in the turn, so he is saving a little bit of tire with J-Paw running the bottom. It actually uses more tire running the bottom of the racetrack than up high. So not just carrying more momentum, you can wear those tires out a little earlier. But he's making a move for him for the lead, Pete.
Yep, I see that Ally Camaro up high. Got 22 Pennzoil Ford down low. Looks like Alpha York's going to have one hell of a run. Whole lot coming off the hill. And there he is to the inside of the double deuce. So 48 down low, going to have the preferred line. J-Pod's going to be able to get back in the throttle just a little bit sooner. It looks like they're going to come off the corner together. But at the line, it looks like it's going to be that double deuce. 48's not going to give up the ghost. He is still there. And you're 100% right. iRace Clean has just joined the chat rather. Says, I was in the 73 and lagged me out. So unfortunate. We did see some cars kick a little sideways just before the end of that stage. iRace Clean, buddy, very, very unfortunate. But, man, please, by all means, stick around. Be glad to have you. Enjoy the rest of the race, sir.
Yeah, Pete, so J-Paws actually took the lead back from Alpha York. They were battling side by side, but also if you're battling like that, you're bringing the cars in from behind that big battle. You want, if I'm Alpha, I want to ride behind J-Paw, us two scoot away from the field, and then let us two battle out. Because if you start battling too many laps, you're going to pull that whole field back up to you, and then you're also blocking the runs from behind you while trying to advance forward.
Well, the top 8 right now are all pretty much single file. The 43 of Jose 95, he's got the 20 of King Mathers, the 2-car Holy Nugget down low, with the 32 there as well. See the difference in the lines, the difference in the setups, the difference in the ways that they prepared for the race, and the different lines that each driver prefers. It's pretty interesting to see, who's got that little bit of extra speed and where. But right now, 43 and a 20, they've caught the top 2 to make this a battle, a 4-way battle for P1.
Oh yeah, and what Alpha could do, he could back up and get Jose. If he thinks Jose will go with him. If he goes to pull down low, as you look, Jose looked to go low, but he stayed right behind J-Paw, which is going to give J-Paw that extra boost on the high side. They could hang Alpha York on the bottom, and Alpha could fall from 2nd to 4th.
Yep, and it worked just that way. The 22 got a little bit of a push from the 43. 43's got the 20 in his back pocket, and staying up high, carrying that momentum, plus a little bit of a draft. It's the exact opposite of what you might find at Daytona or Talladega. Everybody bottom feeds around there, where here, that little extra draft and that pull with the momentum can really freight train somebody either up high or down low. And it looks like the 48 was caught unawares. New top 3 all the way around, except for J-Paw. He's continuing to lead.
Yeah, and then Jose, he rides right behind him. He's just riding. He's checking out what he wants to do. Jose could actually,
Yeah, actually, you just called that right there, and I just saw the 43 Jose really duck it down. I'm guessing he wasn't able to make it stick. Probably started to wash up into the 22. Decided to excuse me, throttle it back just a little bit. As see the 19 coming out of pit road. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be the start of pit road, or if he had some issues. But he was just a little bit further in the field. Here comes the 32 of Drake now, looking at the inside of the 48. It's going to be 3 wide with the 2 down low.
Oh yeah, and watching them, they're making moves on them.
Looks like they were able to settle it amongst themselves. It looked like the 48 of Alpha York kind of backed out of that. You didn't want to be stuck on the high side with that wall right there. No contact, no damage, no extra time on pit road, which ultimately saves track position. So while he might have yielded one spot, he's gonna save himself a little bit more a little bit later on. And then, just as I say that, a little bit of door contact with the 2 of Holy Nugget. That slowed up the 2. That allowed the 21 of Beast to pull up to his inside, but it sent Alpha York about 4 spots back. We'll have to see how that all sorts itself out. But as we're going on and on about all that, we've got a new leader, I think, or new challenge for the lead, I should say. The 20 of King Mathers has come to the front with the help of the 43. He's got the the rear left of the 22 in his sights. Can maybe try a little bit of a side draft rather. Try to pull him back just a little bit. Now J-Paw's got 2 cars that he's got to fend off, one high and one low.
Yeah, and being the leader, you know who's around you. You know how people race. Like you said, they've been racing for weeks now, and he knows that 20 car. You know, if he wins, it's gonna pull the points up. But you know, he may use the 43. He may say, "Come on, Jose, push with me, and let's keep that 20 back behind us."
Boy, I tell you what, he just ducked in right behind that 43. I didn't think that he was gonna be clear, but man, we don't have the same spotters in this that we do in iRacing. It doesn't tell you right off the bat. It looked like there's a little bit of a wreck down the middle of the backstretch as they come off 3 and 4, and it looks like there's that caution. So we're gonna take a quick little 30-second break, ladies and gents, and we'll be right back to finish this up. If you're still watching this while we are at break, ladies and gents, thank you very much, very, very much for subscribing, keeping up with me and all the racing that I love to do, whether if it's here on Sundays with Shadow or Saturday with Turn Down for What, Tuesday through Thursday with NNR, or the occasional stream away from this like iRacing or Tanks or whatever. Thank you very much. All right, and we are, we're back. Gonna get ready to rack and stack them all back up one more time. Getting ready to go. Say what?
We have a new leader, the 78, who actually pitted. Oh, he didn't pit, Pete.
Yep.
He's getting out of the way. That's very respectable right there. You know that people behind you are on new tires. You know that you don't want to cause a problem, so you're going to get off the track as fast as you can.
Yeah, very, very respectable. This is actually Expert Racing. Expert, the man's a broadcaster, a commentator, and he's also just recently started up a brand new podcast talking about everything from WWE, NASCAR NASCAR, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. I mean, if it's considered any kind of a sport, they cover it. Both him and TN Vols and a few others. So the man's trying to branch out a little bit, and I can't fault him for that one bit. If we get a little bit of a lull in action as the race goes on, I'll actually play his commercial so y'all can get a little bit more of an idea about what he's doing. But good on him and good on Vols. They've got every intention of really pushing to see that through. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, they paid Facebook, I think it was like $10 or something like that, for a little extra exposure to show their commercials, show their promo, show, an ad for their podcast, and they got over 5,000 views or subscribers in the first day. So a lot of interest in it.
That's very good. Anybody who streams, I think they all do great jobs. I like to go on at night and watch, people stream. Pete, I go back and watch your streams at night. Jose, he's been working the high lane with the 20. They're trying to get the run on J-Paw. J-Paw's just got a little momentum down low as the 43's now ducking to the inside.
Yeah, 43 is going to duck to the inside, just like we saw earlier when Alpha York was down low and the 22 had the help of the 43 and the 20 up high. Well, there is that 20 of King Mathers. He stuck up high with the 22, pushed him through. That allowed both of them to get on by the 43 of Jose. Now the 21 of TGM Beast and the 48 of Alpha York, they're up high. 48's actually got a little bit of a fight down low. 43 and the 20 are back to single file right behind this 22. So J-Pa looks like he's going to have one of the cars to beat. We'll have to see what happens if the 43 make it to the front or the 20 makes it to the front and how their cars react with the clean air. J-Pa's got it all right now, and everybody behind him wants it.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching J-Pa. He's running low entering the turn, so he's getting a little bit of gap as they enter the turn when everybody else goes up high. But when they come off the turn, he's back up on the high lane, and he's blocking that run. So he's blocking the high side down the straightaways, which is carrying the momentum from the cars behind him. But he just entering that low, being the leader, you have that advantage where you can enter a little lower to cut the track a little bit to get a little bit of a gap.
Now it'll be interesting. All right, they've got about what do they got here? 12 laps to go. Since they took the green, I think it's what I think they've made about 10, maybe 12 laps since the caution was taken care of, and J-Pa was very stuck on that bottom line. Didn't really spend a whole lot of time up high, and he ground down his tires. The 2 of Holy Nugget was able to race him down, pass him, and then go on to grab max stage points for stage number 1. Here J-Pa is again. He's on that bottom line. He's got the 20 hunting him down. He's got the 43 there. You see the 48 of Alpha York. You see the 21 of TGM Beast. You see the 13 of Bossy Geo, as well as the 2 of Holy Nugget. And do you think J-Pa might have worn his stuff down, being so committed to the bottom line and not really interested in searching out that high line to carry a little bit more momentum and let more of the momentum do the work than really the throttle to dig it up off the bottom in the corners?
Possibly, but also how he's coming off the turns. He's coming all the way out to the wall, so he's not really sliding the tires as much as you would if you kept it on that white line through 3 and 4 and entered off the bottom. He is carrying some momentum. He's probably eating the tires up. I'd say if you kept it on the bottom, that would eat him up 100%. He's probably using about 75% of eating him up, the line that he's taken. So he's not wearing them out as fast, but he's also being able to keep some momentum as the 20's trying to make the move on the bottom of him now.
Yep, 20 was right to the left rear of the 22, able to slide right back in. Still, you see that green Cash App 43 of Jose 95 right in his back pocket. 2-car Holy Nugget, 22 of J-Pa ducked all the way down to cut the lead, or cut the line from the 20 of King Mathers. Didn't cut his nose, but he had enough room. Now the 2 of Holy Nugget giving the 43 a holy push all the way through 1 and 2, all the way down his backstretch. And the 22, the double deuce, he's going to have the push again from the 43. That's going to leave the 20 down low. So we've seen different alterations of the 22 and the company that he's had behind him when it came to being pushed by cars. We saw the
Exactly.
We saw the 43 push him. We've seen the 20 push him. We've seen the 2 push him. And each time that high side and the traffic that's been up there, that line that's been up there, has helped J-Pa stay in the lead.
Exactly. And the 20, he had such a run coming off the 2. And it's so hard because you know that the bottom's not been working. But when you get that run, it's kind of double-edged. It's like, if I take it and it works, great. If not, I know I'm going to fall back a little bit. He fell all the way to 5th with trying to make that move. But the 43, he stayed in it, and he bumped the 22 coming down the back straightaway, and that got him up to 2nd. Now, he could be sizing up J-Pa. I see him, riding with Jose. I'm watching and listening when he's coming off the throttle, getting back in the throttle. He sounds like he's trying to make a run here as he's getting to the high side of the 22. The 22 is just doing enough to keep him right behind him, as the 43 now was to his right side entering turn 1. But that line J-Pa's taking, he enters on the bottom where the 43 is up a little bit, so he gets that little bit of a gap.
Oh, a little bit of a lag shot right there. Not too bad though. I hope nobody suffered from that. Saw the 43 kind of tag that outside wall, but with it being lagged, I'm sure no damage happened. Now it'll be interesting. We've seen the 48 down low, we've seen the 20 down low, we've seen the 2 down low, we've seen everybody down low and get freight train from the high side. If the 43 is somehow able to carry enough momentum to get back to the outside of the 22, does the 2 of Holy Nugget and the 20 of King Mathers then try to freight train the outside, keeping J-Pop pinned down and possibly cost him those spots? I believe we've got about 3 laps to go. I'll double check when the guys get to the line this time, but still that double deuce has been strong all night long, and now that leaves 3 laps remaining. Big thank you to Alpha York for being our eyes on the track, keeping us in the loop with fuels, laps, and everything else that's going on. Long line of cars behind this 22 here, Cowboy.
Watching this, Pete, there were, at one point, they were 2 by 2 behind the 43. So that was kind of an advantage. They were running, 2 by 2, so nobody was really getting a good run. Oh, we had TGM Beast. He tried to, I guess, side draft somebody, and he tagged the wall pretty hard getting into 1.
Yeah, not quite sure if him and the 48 of Alpha York made some contact or what. And look at this battle for the lead. They're going to be 2 by 2. 43 of Jose, 95 the outside, 22 of J-Pod down low. He's got some help from King Mathers on the bottom side, but the 43's got some help from the 2 of Holy Nugget on the high side. 43 takes sole possession of P number 1. Little bit of help here. Let's see if that high side prevails and everybody puts J-Pod back to about P3 or 4, or if the 20 is going to be able to stick with them. Looks like 22 is getting a little loose.
I think J-Paw is going to fall to P5, Pete. The 48, he checked to the outside right there getting in. And, yeah, J-Paw, he fell back behind the 48. They're 3 wide coming out of 4.
Yeah, 48, and 22, and the 20.
I believe that's the end of the stage. I believe J-Paw may have got 5th right there with the 20 looking to his inside.
Man, J-Paw fought hard that entire race to try to keep up in the lead and did one hell of a job. All right, guys, we're going to take one more quick commercial break. Go ahead and grab yourself a cold beverage. We'll be right back. Cheers, everybody. Definitely appreciate y'all for hanging out there. Absolutely appreciate you. All right. Pretty good racing, Cowboy. Not bad at all.
No, it's been good.
Yeah, absolutely been good. All right, racking and stacking them back up one more time. 43 of Jose, 95 up front. 48 of Alpha York, 2 car of Holy Nugget with the double deuce to his outside, and then the 19, or is that not that, or is that the nope? That's the 20 rather of King Mathers to round out your top 5, and then you see that Geico number 13 for Boss E Geo sitting in P6. So kind of the same players as what we saw at the end of stage number 2. The whole big line of momentum on that high side.
Yeah, I'm watching J-Paw. He just took it to the inside of the 48, but good news, J-Paw did not go straight down to the white line like he's been doing. He ran the middle of the turn, kept that 48 pinched up high a little bit so he could carry some momentum. But they are 2 by 2 behind the leader trying to get the run as J-Paw now goes to the bottom of the track, trying to get the run, trying to clear the 48 to get that draft for the 43. 43 ducks down to pick him up, goes back up, covers the spot on the 48. I mean, this is getting intense now. You know, they know there's no more cautions that are going to come out, not unless a wreck happens.
You're 100% right, and another battle for the lead right here. 48 of Alpha York are on board, diving to the inside of the 43 of Jose, 95. Jose still up high. Looks like the 48's got a little bit of help. 22 of J-Pa right back there with him. And the 20 now, I'm sorry, that's the 21 rather, stuck up the 20's trumpet, as old Rick James would say. Man, this is a hornet's nest for the lead. As HD Motorsports would say, the 43 of Jose 95 pulling a power move to be able to stay up high and keep the 20, and now they're 3 wide for second place.
Pete, that's actually the 32 of NNR Drake behind the 20, pushing him down the back straightaway. TDM Beast is actually back behind this pack of 7 cars in front of him.
Just very, very similar paint schemes when you're not looking at their door, but you're 100% right. NNR Drake, one of the guys that had to start in the back. I think he missed practice or missed qualifying, something like that. 3 wide for P3.
Oh yeah, they're getting it now. Drake, he goes up, tags the wall, comes back down. Ooh, he's hard in the wall. He lost all his momentum. He fell from 3rd all the way back to about 10th. We got cars going around on the back straightaway. Big wreck, big head-on crash.
Yeah, I saw the 19 head of the outside wall. There's a 16 of Tripp, the 14 of Yotes King. This will absolutely bring out the caution. There it is. And we're going to take one more break. This is actually that commercial that I talked about just a moment ago. I'm not quite sure if we'll be right back in time. Well, actually, you know what? We'll save that in case we've got one more caution, because it does require a little bit more than the normal 30-second break. I think it's about a good 45 seconds long, so it'll be just long enough. So we'll actually save that. But definitely hope everybody out there is, having a great Sunday afternoon, watching a little football. Whether your team is advancing to the or whether they were taken out today or in the last week or so. It's either way. It's gonna be a great Super Bowl. The commercials are always worth it.
Oh yeah, they are. I'm watching TMGV. He's back he's deep in the field now. J-Paw, he's back to 3rd. We got Holy Nugget riding 4th. 48's gonna try to pinch the 43 all the way down the straightaway, and then try to jump to his outside, maybe carry a little momentum. But the 43, he's battling back on the inside. That brings J-Paw up to 2nd now.
Yeah, J-Paw back up to 2nd. 20 of King Mathers. The 32 of Drake getting a great rebound. I'm sure he was absolutely happy about that caution. The 2-car Holy Nugget, something must have happened with the restart. Didn't get through the gears or something. A little bit of instability in the lobby. Cars jockeying back and forth, but looks like we're able to settle back down. And we're broken back up again into 2 packs. Pretty much you got the 14 of Yotes behind the 2, and then the rest of the field behind the 14. So broken up one more time.
Alfior, he sailed it off in turn 3, hoping to get it to stick. He touched that apron, maybe he had to save the car a little bit. J-Paw jumped up to his outside. J-Paw's going to go to P3. You got the 32 now battling Jose for the lead. He is just following him. He's not wanting to come into the bottom. He may try to exit the turn a little lower to carry a little speed down the straightaway. But if it's not there, if I'm the 32, I'm going to ride right behind the leader.
Absolutely. Jose's got that brand new Fanatec equipment. He was picked up by Levine Family Gaming after the one and only HD Motorsports decided not to run in the Pro League Season 2. He said he was going to just concentrate more on his iRacing, which, by the way, he actually reached a level of an I rating of 5,000 yesterday, which is a phenomenal stepping stone in that service or in that platform. So HD Motorsports, I know you're probably not watching, you probably won't, but buddy, still congratulations. Looking forward to being your spotter during the 24-hour race at the end of the month. 43, 32, and 22 still battling it out for 1st through 3rd.
Oh yeah, good beat, and like you said, congratulations to HD on this accomplishment. As you know, Pete, getting that I rating that high, it's no easy feat.
Not easy at all. I just got up to my B license the other day, and that the week of the trucks at Chicago completely killed me. Working through rookie, the D, and the C, I was just kind of hanging back, not really qualifying, trying to keep the races clean, keep my I rating up, keep my safety level up, and then I get to Chicago, and I'm thinking, you know what, I'm not going to qualify here either. and it didn't register in the back of my head that you've got to be in the top 12 in order to get any kind of positive anything. So, yeah, I lost all kinds, but I was able to make up for it a little bit at Charlotte a little bit later
I
on.
have another caution coming out. The 21, sorry, Pete. 21 is in the grass. He saves it. The 19 is around on the front straightaway. I think he got loose coming out, but nope, it's still green.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I think that would have involved more than 3 cars. If that did, the admins may call a manual caution. If that does happen, it'll happen when they reach the line, which is coming right now. 22 of J-Pop just edging out the 43 of Jose 95 at the line. And it looks like, yep, it looks like they are backing it down. So 37 laps to go here in stage number 3. And with this being a manual caution, we will have enough time. I talked a little bit ago about this podcast for Expert Racing, covering all different kinds of sports. Let's go ahead and take a look, and then you're going to want to take note of the Twitch channel that it shows in order to go on over and follow. We'll be right back.
And guys, it's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
Watson takes a snap, rolls right, looks into the end zone. Hunter up the caught it. Touchdown! Touchdown!
Welcome to WrestleMania!
It's now my honor to announce that the first ever virtual NFL draft is officially open.
Blitz coming. Mariota throws in the end zone. Man is there. Touchdown, Titans!
All right, we are back one more time. Guys, thank you very much for keeping it right here. That's the first manual caution that they've had to call in quite a while. So hopefully you got some information off that podcast commercial. Like I said, they are covering everything from WWE, the NFL, the MLB, basketball, whatever. The NBA, that's what I was trying to think of. But definitely go on over, give them a follow. Last week, there was a big old conversation about wrestling. I know Alpha York was part of it, but TN Balls and Expert Racing, they're your main 2 hosts, but they do call different people in every now and then to talk about things and whatnot. Cowboy, right now they're all still single file. They're going to allow the first car 1 lap down to go ahead and grab their lap back, and then they're going to double up, get this going. This is about as close to iRacing as it gets right here.
Oh yeah, just close. You've been racing in it. The cautions in iRacing, you actually drive down pit road. We saw little bumps down pit road from this wonderful game that we play. So
yeah,
anything can happen.
Absolutely. 43 Jose 95, 2-car Holy Nugget. They're going to be your top 2. 43 is going to be the control car. He's got 22, a J-Paw right in his back pocket. There is that 14, I believe. Yep, that's going to be the 14 of Yotes King. He's got all kinds of damage on the front end of that Mobile 1 Stuart Haas Ford Mustang. Got the, I believe that's the 32. I'm not going to get that wrong this time. That's going to be Drake with the 48 of Alpha York to his outside.
That's the 20.
Check. I'm just checking you. There you go.
And then you have the 32 behind the 20.
Yep. See, I'm just keeping you on your toes. But Cowboy coming off of 4, they're going to be passing the entrance to pit road. Go ahead and take us back green, brother.
Oh, buddy, here they are. They're going to go green right here in the restart box. Jose's holding it. They're waiting until they get to the line. and now they're going green. The 43 got a great jump. Looked like the 2 was sleeping a little bit. That's going to let J-Paw get up right beside him. That lets Jose get out to about a 4-car length right there, which is kind of good, kind of bad too, because then they're going to all come flying right up behind him.
Yeah, I don't know if the 22 or if the 2 of Holy Nugget was completely sleeping, or if that and a mixture of the Fanatec shifter that he's got. I know, Coey knows, a lot of people out there with that equipment get like an extra 10 on these shifts. It's this new rig that I bought. I do have the option to attach a shifter right here, so I can do the same exact thing, but I'm kind of lacking the shifter right now. I've got the I've got the platform and all that it rests on. Just don't have the actual equipment right now. But going through iRacing and getting dusted on every single one of those restarts is gonna go ahead and make me get it sooner or later. And talk about getting dusted. That looks like the 22 of J-Paw now down low, gonna try to get on up, get on by, might be able to pull a little bit of a slide job right here. Can he move it up? Oh, yes he does. He did that on the 43 of Jose, cut him a little bit of a break, but put that double deuce back in the lead.
Exactly. You talk about your shifter, Pete. Shifter, as soon as you get it, you're going to notice a big difference on starts. If you're on the paddle shifts, it doesn't register as fast as putting it in gear. Also, too, you can leave it in a gear and say your car's in second. You can go ahead and click it in the third. When you let off the gas, it automatically clicks really quick. That helps you get up through the gears a little quicker, too.
Yeah, I've seen that. I remember last season in the NNR Cup. I'm sorry, not last season. Season and a half ago. That's how long it's been. Where HD Motorsports was helping out Coey recognize or realize some of the potential that his shifter had, and as soon as that happened, Coey was taking off like a bat out of hell, and doing everything that he needed to do. Was right back up to speed. Rock NASCAR saying right now the Fanatec shifter is $250. So I don't know if I can put out that $250 for a shifter. I might go with the old Thrustmaster, H-Panner. I don't know, but it's definitely something I'm gonna have to look at sooner or later. Or who knows? Maybe it's we're still kind of in the Christmas season, talking about 2021 and all that. Maybe Santa will bring me a late Christmas present. Who knows?
Oh yeah, definitely. You'll enjoy it, Pete. And as we were talking about that, the 43 has got shuffled back to 4th place with King Mathers all over J-Paw. J-Paw is now, he's not running the bottom of the track like he was before. He's actually stayed up the 20s, trying to get up to his right side, coming down the front straightaway. Looks like now he's jumped to the outside. If the 20 can stay on J-Paw's quarter panel, entering the turn through the center, he would have an awesome drive off of turn 2, and he'd probably be able to make a pass for the lead here.
You know something? These two right now, first and second, these guys have been the ones battling it out every single week. In American Ethanol, these guys have battled it out for the lead. In NNR, these guys have battled it out for Shadow Racing League right here. These guys have battled it out. J-Paw will tell you, and I know I've mentioned this a couple of times, and I apologize if it's getting old, but he said that he has gift wrapped a win for the guy behind him a few times and is tired of doing so. If somebody's going to pass him by for a win, I think right now he'd rather it be anybody else but that 20. But here he is up to his outside, 22 down low, 20 up high, 32 of Drake right in his hip pocket, and J-Paw not able to seal the deal. He's got him this time.
Yeah, and the 32 came up, gave the 20 a bump to J-Paw. He's battling back down on the bottom. J-Paw's like, no. He's trying to battle back. I mean, what J-Paw needs, and he's actually going to have the lead here. He battled back, stayed, kept that small radius around the track. And he's hoping that the 20 gets a good enough gap on the 32 to where if he does clear J-Paw, which now J-Paw's just took back over the lead here. But
Yeah,
if that
J-Pop
would've
pulled a
happened-
perfect slide job to get right back in front of the 20. So he powered all the way through 1 and 2, kept it down low, got back in the throttle. But you got to figure, Cowboy, and I didn't mean to interrupt you there. You got to figure that little bit of extra right there, that extra time on the throttle, rather than that split second or so to allow the car to set. That had to do a little bit of damage to that right rear as well.
Oh yes, but J-Paw, he's like you said, he's gift wrapped in some wins for this 20 car. He wants to keep him behind him. And as any racer, when you finish so many times and you run great and then you don't seal the deal, it wears on you to where you're gonna start. Some guys play nice, some guys are like, nope, I'm going for it. But the 20 just lost his help from the 32 behind him. So now we're going to see if the 20 can make a move by himself past J-Paw.
Yeah, J-Paw right now able to hold him back. Looks like the 20 of King Mathers, he was riding just about a half a groove up above the 22's line. Now here it is about a half a groove down low. So looks like, 20's going to try to duck right on down one more time. 22 is going to be able to keep the high side momentum across the line one more time. 22 still your leader. While we went to the break for that podcast, there's a whole lot of action on pit road. Every time we see them on pit road, they're beating and banging, bumping, knocking each other around, while they actually see them just driving through cars. So all this damage on the front of this double deuce is all lag damage. It's not real. So that's why he's still able to stay up here, stay competitive right in front of the 20. That seems like he's got no issue whatsoever, and that's why they're able to continue to battle it out. We're going to work our way through the field here just a little bit. 43 of Jose 95, 32 of Drake right in front of him, 13 of Boss Egeo, and here comes the 78 of Expert Racing. That's going to round out our top 6. But after that, Cowboy, it's a pretty big gap back to 7th and more.
Oh yeah, I'm watching a Holy Nugget. He had that little mishap. He's fallen about probably 10 car lengths off of the top pack. He's kind of what you call no man's land. He's got a gap behind him, gap in front of him. You're not getting the push from cars behind you, not getting the pull from the cars in front of you. What he needs is that pack in front of him to start racing. He needs them to get too wide, because if they stay single file, he's never going to catch up to them. But we are going to have a pit stop near the end of this race. These guys cannot go the full to the end of the race. They're going to have to take tires and fuel. Now, depending on how long they stay out, they can take less fuel and lighten that car up a little bit with fresh tires, and then these things are going to be like a miserable.
Yeah, I would imagine so, with exactly 20 laps left in this race from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, going into 1 and 2. Next time by will be 19. All the leaders, from 1st through 7th, they are all nose to tail. 22 right now is the Pied Piper. Every now and then you see the 20 duck on down. Not quite sure if he's just getting a little warm, just trying a different line. Maybe he doesn't want to be in J-Paw's draft. Maybe it's making his car tighter, getting in or coming off the turn. 32 of NNR Drake has done a great job to rebound. A little bit of help with the cautions and whatnot, but it looks like that 20 is right back to where he was, running that bottom line while everybody else is on top. It's not going to be great for his tires, but like you said, everybody's got to come down pit road one time, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, fill it up with just the amount of fuel that they need, and the gauges going down pit road do tell you how many laps of fuel you get per half tank of fuel. So everybody will take only what they need, hope for no green flag check or green white checkered finish, and go on about their day.
Well, yeah, I'm watching the battle from the 20 car. I'm actually doing the whole where it says that view of the cars coming around. He could understand. Sometimes your car can make the car in front of you do weird things. If you're too close to him, it can make that car loose or tight in front of you. So him running the line that he's doing, as J-Paw slides from the bottom all the way up to the top right there, the 20 car is actually going to get a push. He's going to enter turn 3 on the bottom with the 32 staying right behind the 22. I don't know what happened there, but you can upset the car in front of you. Your car could be right. Oh, J-Paw comes off turn loose right there, catches the 20.
Yeah, and that just allowed the 20 to go on up and completely take the lead. Although J-Paw's got that help on the high side. He's got the 43, the 32, and of course that double deuce. J-Paw very tight, had to get out of the throttle in order to keep it out of the wall. They are 3 wide for P number 3. 78 giving a little bit of door music to the 43 of Jose 95. That is not going to make Jose happy whatsoever. Little bit of I would say that's uncalled for contact, and looks like the 48 of Alpha York, he's gone ahead and taken that Ally Camaro down pit road. He's going to start the sequence of green flag pit stops right now. We'll have to see who comes out on the upside once they're able to get a clean lap on some brand new Eagle Fuel Goods.
Exactly, and that door music you were talking about, sometimes if you're 3 wide like that and you're the middle car and you're trying to let cars go, if you let off the throttle, that car wants to veer left or right, and and you're holding it straight, but it does it on its own. So that may not have been intentional, but I'm watching Drake. Drake is actually staying right with the 20 as I'm watching the 72. He's coming, but it looks like Drake's going to peel the pit road now.
Yep, Drake all the way down. He's got the left side below that white line. He'll absolutely be getting on the binders here in just about 10 seconds to get it down, get it woed up all the way down to pit road speed without being too you don't want to get woed down too fast. You got to kind of time that just perfect to where you're not giving time away on track. There's the 73 of iRace Clean that lagged out very, very early in the race. Right now, riding along with 21 of TGMB's, just working through the field, try to catch back up. There is the 22 riding along right now with the 13 of Bossy Geo, sitting in, I'd say, about old P3.
Watching these guys, Pete, they're wanting to come off the turns out of turn 2 low, because the worst possible thing is it's a guessing game. You know when you're going to pit. You want to make the guy behind you. You don't want him to know when you're going to pit. So as we see now, the 20, he's going to go pit road, but most times if you're going to pit soon, you're going to want to be low coming off the turn. You don't want somebody, and then somebody tries to pass you low, that could cause a wreck right there. So as the 78, I don't know what the 78's did. Oh, 78 got into the 20 getting into pit road.
And I don't know if the 20 actually just missed.
And J-Pod just went around. He's sitting sideways on the front straightaway. This might be one of those cautions you talked about. I didn't see the 78 signal to pit road because the 20 had signaled, but he came all in right behind the 20 car. And I think the 20's stopped on pit road.
Yeah, the 20, he I don't know if he got forced out of pit road or something happened right there. He is going to be absolutely pissed. Yep, there you see him driving through pit road. So he got pushed out far enough to miss the commitment cone to where pit road did not grab him. Like you said, here the game takes over, guides you into your pits. It's not like iRacing where you drive all the way down and you don't have that problem. You get up to your pit board, then the iRacing takes over. You downshift, get back into first gear, and you leave the pits as soon as you're able, or as soon as any damage is cleared up or whatever. So that's going to absolutely shake up the running order. Right now it's showing the 43 of Jose 95 in the lead. Not quite sure if he's come down pit road yet or what. Nope, there he is right now. He just signaled in that 43 Cash App Camaro. He'll be coming in this time. And with what happened to J-Pa, what happened with the 20, and a couple others, Jose might be the one sitting pretty when it's all said and done.
Exactly, Pete. That was heartbreaking. I mean, J-Paul was wrong place, wrong time. You know, like I said, I was watching the 78. I didn't see him signal like the other cars had been, but he came right in behind the 20, and he literally, it's like it's a guessing game on when the people are going to lock their brakes up. Usually if you're the car behind, you want to give a little room, but things happen. It's racing.
Let's see, looking at Alpha York's stream, it's saying, I believe it's saying that, trying to find him right now. Okay, no, actually, I was gonna say Pop Bear looks like he's the leader right there, but he just brought his 27 Xbox machine down pit road. So he's going to come bring it to the attention of his crew, and that's going to hand it off to whoever was in second place. Right now, it's still showing Pop Bear in the lead. The rest of the field has not worked their way on by and down the front stretch or through the tri-oval. So we'll keep going through, keep finding who the leader is. 48 of Alpha York right now sitting in P12.
Papa Bear is your leader on pit road right now.
Yep.
So Papa, he's just now coming off. He's coming out of the pits. I've got Alpha's stream pulled up right now, and Papa's leading.
All right, so yep, and just as Papa came out of the pits, looks like the 43 of Jose 95 worked his way on by. So we mentioned that 43 was probably going to be the one sitting pretty with all the issues that happened with the 22, the 20, the 78, and others. So let's go ahead and find that 43, see who he's got around him. Looks like the 14 of Yotes King is right in his rear view. Not quite sure if Yotes is actually sitting in P2 or if he's a little bit further back. Don't have that running order, but 5 laps remaining now here, Cowboy. Getting closer and closer. Laps are winding down.
Oh yes, I mean, great race. You got to feel bad for the people, you know, who got caught up in that mishap. J-Paw, he was running really strong right there, but it happens. It's racing, you know.
It absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's the best you can say. It happens, and a guy that ran inside the top 5 all night long, didn't necessarily lead a whole bunch of laps. He just stayed right there, kept his car clean, able to maneuver in and around traffic, sometimes help lines on the bottom, sometimes help lines up top. Didn't get caught up in anything. And if this 14 is actually in P2, this could be a great challenge for the lead. We'll have to see how this plays out. Again, running lap 131 of 134, judging by what Alpha Stream has shown me. So 3 laps remaining. They're going to be coming to 2 to go when they get to the start stripe. If this is a battle for first, great. If this is just the 43 with a little bit of a draft help from behind, we'll have to see how this plays out. But man, what an altered ending from what I thought we were going to see.
Exactly. It's actually gonna be 1 to go because where Alpha York is on track, the leader is right behind him. So
Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna be 1 to go right here. I'm riding with Jose. I see Alpha York is crossing the line now. Alpha has 2 to go. Jose is actually gonna be coming to the white flag right now.
There we go. So Jose 95 rocking this Richard Petty 43 with Cash App all over. It's actually the app that I prefer. In fact, you and I just talked about that the other day, didn't we? With a couple die casts on the way to your house.
Oh yes.
Yeah, looks like 43 of Jose 95. He's going to come out of 3 and 4 for the last time and knock out a win here in Shadow Racing League Sunday afternoon contest. Knock out his first win in this very, very short 9-week season. Congratulations, Jose 95. Cowboy, HD Motorsports calls Jose probably one of the best and one of the cleanest racers on Heat 4, Heat 5, and elsewhere. And man, I can't argue with that whatsoever. I almost wonder actually when HD Motorsports stepped aside, said no, he wasn't gonna run in season 2 of the Pro League. I almost wonder if Levine Family Gaming reached out and said, okay, do you have somebody that you would suggest filling your shoes when we get to the draft? The way that HD felt about Jose, I would almost imagine that he suggested grabbing Jose for that car. Great job by him. Now, what's going to happen with that, I don't know, because Levine Family Gaming Levine Family Racing is now defunct. But hey, we'll see what happens with that if and when a season 3 comes around.
Not to cut you off, Pete, but with all that happened, J-Paw did not even get a top 10.
Very, very
That's
unfortunate.
very. Oh yeah, and the 20 car was not in the top 10. It actually J Paw got 12th and the 20 got 13th.
Man.
Yeah, Papa Bear got 8th. TMG Beast was 9th. Drake was 10th. Slowing in the Way was 7th. Expert Racing got 6th.
Yeah. So the admins will have to go back and take a look at all that, see exactly what happened. I mean, it happened right on stream. I just wasn't looking right at that when that happened. I think I might have been looking over at Alpha York at his screen to kind of see where he was, what was happening once he got done with his pit stop. But all the same, we're going to go ahead and back out of this. We will be right back with our top 3 in the booth to talk about the race. We'll be right back, guys. Please keep it right here. All right, guys. Yeah, we are back. We got our top 3 in the booth. We weren't quite sure who finished P3, but it looks like, Savage, you're going to be pretty happy with what you're about to hear. It's going to be that deuce of Holy Nugget finishing in P number 3. And our Cowboys got him for his interview.
Holy Nugget, what a great race that you were doing there throughout the race. Can you tell us about how you were feeling going through there?
For the most part, I felt really good about the setup of the car. I did kind of fall back at certain points, but I guess I was just there at the right time at the end.
Great race that you put on. You know, we were watching you. It looked like it was hard for a car to try to pass somebody down low into the turns when another car had help on the high side. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, the inside line just seemed to be way tighter on the cars and way more bouncy, and it just seemed like it was way harder for you to even attempt to run. Other than maybe what J-Paw did, where he was able to cut down, I didn't really see anybody pull off any moves on the inside unless the outside got that much stacked up. It kind of reminded me of Kansas in a way that the outside lines kind of work their way, but if they get too stacked up, you can use the inside.
Oh, Pete, you hear it from Holy Nugget on how it was around the turns. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish tonight. Pete, I'll let you take over.
Absolutely. Hug it. I'm sorry. Yeah, hug it. Holy Nugget. Before I move on to old Mr. Yotes, buddy, you got any shout-outs?
I would like to thank Unforgotten Shadow for giving me the opportunity to race here, and I would like to thank Boss and Drake for putting up a great battle at the end. That really made my race that much more special.
Great people, great battling. You know, you talk about battling with Bossy Gio, last week's winner at Phoenix. Definitely a class act. No surprise there. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you.
I'll pick up on old Mr. Yotes. Guys and gals out there, you're probably going to want to look to this guy here pretty soon. It's going to be one of the newest broadcasters out there to cover at least a league or two. Please look him up, follow his channel, keep up, make sure you got notifications on so you know when he's going live. He's going to be working through some kinks. You're not going to want to miss him. Yotes King, we saw you with a little bit of difficulty throughout the night trying to pilot that 14 around. Unfortunately, because we didn't have a running order at the end, weren't quite sure if you were trying to just keep with the 95 in case the caution came out and you were the first car a lap down, or if you were actually trying to get past the 43 to take the lead. talk us through your race there, bud.
At the beginning, it was tough. I had the jitters going on. It was just trying to feel my way around the pack. Towards mid-race, I understand what was going on, and I decided to chug through. Towards the end, man, I mean, I knew people were going to be coming in. I didn't know what they were going to grab, if they were going to grab right sides, fours, just gas. I went in hoping that my tires were going to save, and came in, grabbed my half a can of fuel, and sure enough, it was just enough. I came around the last corner on 3%, trying to push everything I got to catch Jose.
Well, buddy, you absolutely did your thing. You were in the right place at the right time. I know that there were some extenuating circumstances that happened in front of you that allowed you to be where you're at. But man, you were kind of like the car right in the middle. You had a pack of about 6 or 7 cars, led by J Pie in the 22 and King Mathers in the 20, and then you had a pack behind you. So you were kind of like right there in middle ground. And sometimes when things happen, you're in the right place at the right time. You reap the benefits, and what's the saying from the movie 3? Dale. The winner isn't always the guy with the fastest car. Well, you may not have had the fastest car tonight, but you came home in a solid P2. It's going to be great for you in the points. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Yotes, before you go anywhere, so I can show everybody out there in chat what your channel is. I'll actually do it a little. Actually, hold on 1 second for me. I'm going to turn those off so I can actually see, and then give me 1 second. What is your Twitch channel, sir?
It's going to be AZ Yotes King. That is where I'm planning to go for broadcasting.
All right, AZ Yotes King. All right, so twitch.tv/AZ Yotes King. Guys, go ahead and give this man a follow. He's gonna be one of the newer up and comers. You're definitely gonna want to keep up with him. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back on so it doesn't look like I'm broadcasting from a cave. Good to see y'all again. Hey, how are you? So, good job one more time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Very, very welcome. And then, Cowboy, you get to talk to the one and only Jose 95.
Well, Mr. Jose, saw you running a great race tonight. Saw you battling there. You were helping people get to the lead. Tell us how you were feeling. Did you have a strategy going on?
Kind of, not really. I know we ran here in NNR, however long ago that was, a month ago or so. Kind of brought the same car. And I made a little changes here and there from the last time, because last time in that race it was very loose on exit late in the run, but made that small change. I was able to just keep it straight and not lose it on exit, but I did not expect to win that race. I was top 5 the whole race, but I know there was an issue with the 20 car going down pit road, and then the car behind him was a little too close, and then they ended up hooking bumpers, and that kind of took out J-Paw and Mathers, and I forgot who else was up there. But luckily I made it through that. I was expecting, I knew something was going to happen. I was kind of anticipating getting put in the wall there, because I saw how close those cars were together entering pit road. But thankfully nothing happened, and I was able to drive on through and keep the lead. I know Yotes was behind me. I did not know Yotes was that close behind me. I came out and I'm like, all right, it's just gonna be me. Everybody else wrecked, but I turned on the leaderboard on my menu, and he was in second place, 0.2 behind me. I'm like, oh, okay. So trying to just try to hold my line, not wreck, not make any mistakes. and I think he pit a couple laps before me. I'm not sure when he had exactly pitted, but kind of just be careful and don't make any bonehead mistakes and blow your my chance at the win.
Now, noticing you were one of the cars who pitted later during the race. We watched you during one of the stages. You were riding in the top 5. Everybody started pitting. Why not just go ahead and jump to pit road then and go ahead and get your tires? What was your thought process of staying out longer?
It's kind of a flip of a coin with me. I know cars come in earlier and then I go in later and they're somehow still faster than me. And then I'll go in earlier and then some cars will come in after me and then they'll be faster than me, obviously. But I don't know, it's kind of a flip of a coin when I try to do that. Also, I try to come in by myself. I don't like coming in with a bunch of cars because I don't want that chance of getting hit from behind like we saw on that last pit stop, or me missing the pit road because I'm coming in way too hot. And I don't know, just trying to win the stages. Also points. I've missed the last 2 races, trying to get everything I can. So trying to minimize mistakes and not have something outside of my control kind of ruin a points day for me.
Well, congratulations on your win. Glad you looked at your leaderboard when you did to realize that Yotes was right behind you. I mean, that made it interesting.
I couldn't even tell who
there at
that
the
was.
end.
I'm like, who is this? Who's this car? The front end was all crumpled up. I'm like, who is this? But yeah, hopefully, I mean, good thing I did. I thought I was by myself the whole time.
Pete, I'll let you take over from here.
I tell you what, Jose, phenomenal race, phenomenal drive. Your buddy and mine, HD Motorsports, always spoke very, very highly of you. You took over his ride for Levine Family Gaming or Racing when he decided he wasn't going to go for season 2, and you've absolutely filled those shoes. He always called you one of the cleanest and one of the best racers on Heat 3, 4, 5, and whatnot. And, man, you do a phenomenal job every single week, no matter where I get to broadcast and you're a part of the field. Congratulations again, sir. Any shout-outs for you, bud?
Thanks, Pete. But Shadow, Alpha, J Paul. I know Shadow has some outside stuff to take care of. I think it's work.
Yeah.
But shout out to Alpha, J Paul for continuing to let us run here. And
all right.
Yeah. And you, Pete, for doing this, streaming. Actually, I streamed today, first time in a while.
I wish I'd known that. I would have.
Someone was watching. I thought it was you, but it was probably somebody else.
No, I didn't.
Probably Rock, or I don't know who it was, but yeah.
Well, congrats on the W. It'll definitely help you out with a little bit of points. I know that you joined a little bit later, but man, hell of a job, sir.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome. Well, guys, that's going to wrap up this weekend. Last night turned out for what? Today, Shadow Racing League. Both leagues are somewhat intertwined, but next week is the final week. We're going back to Daytona for the night race, and a champion will be crowned. So we'll have some points information scrolling. We'll have a little bit more involved in the stream. Definitely want to wish everybody out there a great weekend. Enjoy your Sunday. Back to work tomorrow, unfortunately. But man, I'll see you again on Tuesday night right around 9:30 Eastern when the NNR truck guys take to Chicago. Wednesday night, the NR Xfinity guys will take their turn around the Windy City. And then on Thursday, the Cup guys are going to try a little bit of deep dish action themselves. So we'll see you somewhere around the track over the next few days. Maybe a little bit of iRacing streaming later on tonight as well.